So I just got back from VidCon and I'm coloring my hair right now because even though I loved the way that my hair looked, I can't keep it like that for my new job. So we're going brown right now and I'm not naked. I just want to point that out. I do have on like a little tube toppy thing. I haven't been making videos lately because many reasons, but one of the reasons is I've been really happy with my regular life, which sounds weird. Not that I've been happy with my regular life, but it sounds weird that I wouldn't be doing stuff. But like one of the big things that I've realized is that I started making videos because I was generally unhappy, especially at work, mostly at work. But also just with like my surrounding environment, not my household, but the area that I live in. So VidCon, of course, was great because it always is, but this year was different. And I haven't decided if it was good or bad, and I don't know that I'm ever going to. Because honestly, I think it was both. I think there were a lot of ways in which this particular year was worse. One of the things that changed that I thought could have been great, but I don't think ultimately was that the creator track was in a completely different building, which is fine, and it was nice and quiet, but at the same time, it made it harder for me to go from a creator track panel to a community thing, because I would have to walk from the second floor of the creator building all the way downstairs. They also had a bracelet, so I would have to scan in and out to get everywhere we wanted to go. So I would have to scan in and out, I think like 3 or 4 times just to get from one building to the next. So I think that's why I didn't like it, is because it took so much effort to get from one building to the next that it was almost like I might as well just stay in the building that I'm in. And a lot of people that I know that had creator track were not as happy with some of the panels that they were on as the community was. And I know for me too, going over to the community side on the second day, there was a lot more interesting conversations, I want to say, happening among the creators that were on the community panels. So I think from that aspect, that's something that could be improved upon for next year. But there's a good chance that I'm not going back again for a number of reasons, but I think ultimately because I can't justify the cost at this point in my life for what I want for my channel, because I don't really want to see I want to see my channel grow, but I don't want to see it grow exponentially. And I don't want this to become a place where I have to. I want this to always be a place where I want to. So I think for me, I can't justify the cost of going across the country just to see my friends, unless I'm just going across the country to see my friends. Big distinction there, minor detail, but a big distinction there. But no, this year was great. As far as the convention, there was very little drama. In fact, I didn't hear of any. Very few like screaming fangirl moments, that sort of thing. And overall, like, I had a great time at the convention, but I still just love those moments. Like, I rented out a house this year again with a different group of people for the most part, but an amazing group of people it turned out. There were a few people that I did not know until they showed up at the house, and they all turned out to be amazing humans, and I really lucked out with that. And if you are watching this and you are one of those people that stayed with me, hi! I miss you already. We had a lot of fun at the house. There was one night that we sat around and played board games because we're all nerds, and that was a lot of fun. And then also too, there were like every night we would always have very interesting conversations, and that's always my favorite part, is just like a bunch of people with interesting brains and interesting thoughts having interesting and important conversations about a multitude of things, and that's what it is for me. That's what it has always been for me, and that's what it was for me this time as well. I did get to see a little bit more of Anaheim this year because I stayed with Hallie and her boyfriend Hector. Hi guys, love you. So that was cool. And then I also got to go to San Diego to visit my cousin, who I have met a total of 3 or 4 times in my entire life, and also my other daughter, Haley. Hi, Haley. I hope you're having an amazing and magical time in San Diego, or wherever exactly that part of it that you're in right now. So I got to see a lot of people, and it was interesting. That part of it was interesting because my cousin, I've met like a total of 4 times, whereas Haley, she and I have been, you know, internet friends for years now, and she's part of my adopted family, but my cousin's part of my actual family, and like I knew my cousin better because we're family, but I also know Haley better because we've spent more time together on the internet. But that was just one of those interesting dynamics of life that I kind of just noticed, like when the 3 of us were together, that like what is family, and what does it mean to know somebody? And these are all like great topics that I could do as individual videos, but like right now I just want to talk to the camera because I don't know why this is making me cry. I missed doing this. I missed you guys. I love you all. I really do. I am lucky to know some really, really amazing human beings who want to spend time with me. That's why this convention means so much to me. And why I'm kind of sad that I'm not going again, barring any miracles, that is. But I can't keep going. Plus, I'm not learning anything anymore, really. And until I can get an opportunity to have more one-on-ones with other people who are doing it, it's not worth it to me right now to go.
So my SD card ran out of memory, hence the change of scene. What do you think about the hair? It's a little bit darker than when I say a little bit, I mean a lot darker than I expected, but I don't know. Anyway, everything's temporary anyway. But yeah, like what I was saying, I think having a series that I'm doing and having it try to have a little bit more of a professional feel has made me forgot how important it is to just be able to pick up a camera and talk. And being at VidCon and being able to talk to human beings. It didn't remind me about the camera part, but it reminded me how great it is to just be able to talk to people. But, you know, it's nicer when, you know, they can immediately respond, but always comments have been one of the best parts of my channel in particular, and I'm very, very grateful for that. I missed talking to you guys, and having it be more of a direct, less professional, less put together thing, and more of a just, hey, how are you? How are you doing? How's life? Because that's kind of why I started making videos in the first place, and that's where my heart still is, but I had forgotten that with having the Take a Minute series being primarily what I was doing. So, I think ultimately I need to get back on track. Not only with the Take a Minute series, which I probably will just wait until July at this point, because I got a lot of stuff coming up at the end of this month. And and I have some other videos that I have to make for other channels. Right now I am on NFI and the Sisterhood, as well as my channel, if you want to follow me in those places as well. I generally do better videos on that channel than I do on my own channel. I think it's because I am taking more time to make sure that, you know, I script and that I set up and that I have, you know, more of a coherent thought than I usually do on my own channel. But like I was just saying, that's what I like about my channel, is I can just talk to you guys, and for whatever reason you'll just listen to me, and I don't have to do a ton of editing, and that's nice. I don't have to worry about holding your attention because you seem to want to listen to whatever I have to say, and that blows my mind. Oh, and another thing that I did want to talk about a little bit, because I kind of got sidetracked with like how VidCon itself was different. This year VidCon was different for me, not only because certain people that I really wanted to see weren't there, certain people that I'm used to being there weren't there, but also because I feel like I really didn't get to see as many people as I wanted to. There were a lot of my friends that I just did not get a chance to connect with. I'm the type of person that I'm like, you know what, you're doing your thing and that's cool, and if we happen to meet up, then great, but I don't know. I guess I don't value enough of myself to ask people to make a commitment to me. So that's something I have to talk about my therapist with. But yeah, there were so many people that I didn't get to see, and so many of my other friends that just were not there this year. So that made it different. And also some of my friendships that I've had for several years now felt a little different this year. And, you know, everybody's in a different place in their life, and that's great. And a lot of my friends are in a much better place, and I'm ridiculously happy for them. But, like, it's also kind of changed our relationship, which, if I'm being completely honest, totally sucks a lot. But, like, I'm also really happy for all of my friends, and they're doing well, and that's awesome. I don't know that I like want to go back to that again and pay money to be in that place from that perspective. Oh, let's talk about something awesome instead of something that makes me incredibly sad. I got to meet Hank Green, and that was amazing and interesting, and also it's hard to define this with the right words, but also not that great. I guess it's like if you spend so much time wanting something and then you get it, there's like this little element of letdown because it wasn't everything that you had spent so many years picturing it to be. And I don't know, maybe I'm like not the only person that does that, but not everybody does that. But I know that I spend so much time, and I daydream like crazy. And night dream too, of course. Like there were so many times, like when I first found Nerdfighteria, that I would literally dream about getting to meet John and or Hank, and like we would become best friends immediately. So obviously that didn't happen, and that's the part that, like, in my mind, I'm like, well, we didn't become best friends, so it was terrible. But, like, in reality, it was really cool because I was chill and I didn't just immediately break down and cry or freak out. Like, I was very calm and collected, and I used words. The only issue was my mouth literally became like a desert, and I lost all ability to have saliva in my mouth. So it made speaking a little bit more difficult, but I used my words well, and he didn't recognize me, but once I said I was part of the Road to Nerdfighteria, he had a pretty good idea of who I was, and he thanked me for Road to Nerdfighteria and asked me for a hug. I almost met John, and it was the most frustrating thing, because even Sarah, his wife, Sarah Green, was there. And she and I have spoken before, and I actually did get to see her and give her a hug and talk to her for a little bit. And like I asked her like for assistance in like bringing John toward me, and she tried and it just didn't work out, and I was so frustrated and this close. But yeah, meeting Hank was pretty cool, and I didn't really have time to process it because like I said, then I had to get back over. I was in community track and then I had to get all the way back over to creator panel. So I was like, this happened and we got a photo, and I'll put it up because it's actually a really good photo and I'm super proud of it. And thank you, Catherine, for taking this photo because it's a thing. It's a real thing that happened. Oh, one thing I do want to talk about really quick, and then I think I'm probably just going to end this video because it's already ridiculously a long video, is this was the very first year that like my travel anxiety was super low. Like, traveling is not comfortable, so I'm not going to say I was comfortable, but I was super confident this year because I think I've done it enough times now that like I know the routine, I know kind of what to do, I know what to expect for the most part, and along the way, if anything comes up, I'm like, I can handle this, I can deal with this, I got this. So that was a really super awesome feeling to feel like for the first time I knew what I was doing, and I had it not under control because control is also an illusion, but I had it where I wasn't as full of anxiety about traveling. I also realized how many people I know in California. I didn't really put it together. Like, I know California is a big state and might eventually become 3 states, and Northern California is completely different, but I didn't realize how many people within the state of California I know. So I'm like, definitely trips to California are happening again. That's for sure. So all of my friends that live in California, I know you're upset that I'm not probably going to VidCon again, but like, don't worry, because I'm still going to come out there because you guys are amazing, and I definitely still want to be able to spend time with you in real life. Anyway, to finish this video, I'm going to spend more time on making videos where I just talk to you guys and I just kind of do check-ins or conversations, and I don't have to worry about it being super professional, and it's from the heart. I will be spending more time working on having more content where I'm talking directly to you guys, not worried about the professionalism, the energy level, because the people that are subscribed to my channel are subscribed to my channel to be a part of my story. And I want to remember to be able to give you guys my story. I love my Take a Minute series, and that's not going away, but it's definitely been something where I've put more of my focus on that, and I've forgotten about the, like, real-time connection. So I'm gonna try to make more just vloggy type talk to the camera things. But overall, I am, besides being incredibly exhausted because jet lag is real, very happy. I'm very content with my life, very looking forward to getting back to work, which is a strange ass feeling. And very much interested in hearing from you. Not you, incredibly loud vehicle. You, friend slash viewer slash person who finds me interesting enough that you've watched this entire video. So please, let me know what's up. How are you? How are things? I want to know whatever you're comfortable sharing with me. And we'll see what happens next week. Alright. I love you all very much.